So what is this? Well, this is the reverse of what I did previously. This one here is to capture, hopefully, the worms as they go up. Maybe it's called a feed trap. Maybe we'll call it a feed trap. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work, guys. Hey, folks. I haven't done an update in a while, so I want to do one right now. Remember that configuration that I had? Well, I changed it up a bit. Instead of the worms going down because of the light, which worked, but it was too slow, I'm now going to catch them going upwards. So that means I'm going to have to put some new bedding. This is a very simple construction, okay? It's just basically some, some 1/4 inch screwed on. You can make it any size. I kind of made it a little bit big. I had to move some of this stuff over. This is just going to lie down on here with some bedding. And you're just going to simply lift it and bring it. Now, I want you guys to pay attention over here. This is a new bin. Okay? Why? Because, well, these ones are doing fantastic. They're growing. They're huge. Okay? Huge. And I got to soon take this out because it's 21 days next week. So where am I going to put this? I could put it there, but what I'm trying to do is lower that. So I'm going to be lowering this, okay? Every day I come in here, every 2 or 3 days I come and take some of this casting on the top, let it dry, okay? Just like this. I don't use those plastic things or anything like that. It's not necessary. You can see that this is absolutely beautiful, moist, okay? Not a big deal. But I want it to dry a bit, and then I scoop some of the castings, and I take some, just leave the worms in there, because there's a lot of castings here, about that deep. And this is not originally how I designed it, how I wanted it. The bin is absolutely beautiful. By the way, if you're thinking of doing your own worm farm, I wouldn't waste my time with little bins, anything. This is what you need. If this is too big, you can do a 5-foot one. This is 57 inches, okay? Why do I say this? Because it's going to take your food waste that you're using at home, and those little bins is just not going to be enough to just do all the damage. So you want something that you can grow with, and it'll supply you with all the castings you want. So I don't know. I don't think this is huge. I think this is 6 feet. It's not nothing major in the basement. There's no problems. Or go 5 foot, or go 4 foot. But I would stick with 6 foot because I think it's just going to satisfy all your needs. Basically, the way that this is, so the foolproof way to do it with these big bins, they're very forgiving. All right, so that means that you're not going to run into some issues. Okay, the issues you're going to run into are not going to be major because the worms have a place to go. So you make that bedding. Just like this, just like I made this bedding with cardboard and shredded newspaper, etc. Very simple bedding. And you put it on one side. Okay, you put it here on one side. Just like this. Put your worms there. If you want to do food waste, you can put it up in front. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So if I was to start this, it'd be an area where the worms go. And then in front of it would be where you want your food scraps. And then you want to cover those food scraps, okay, with cardboard. So that the worms can go there. If they want to eat, they'll go there. You're not going to kill your worms, okay? Because the habitat is very simple. That works 100%. So if you're reluctant, don't be. This is not complicated, okay? You don't need bins with holes in them. There's no holes in these things. You need to turn them every so often, but it doesn't take no time. It's not that difficult to break things up. It's a little hobby, essentially. It's not that critical. However, I don't put food waste like I see everyone putting food waste because then, well, you can have, for example, other like potworms and mites, which are awesome. Mites are okay. Little diatomaceous earth along the side so that they don't come out. Let them shred. They're shredders. The gnats. Now that's another thing. Have I beat the gnats? I put a damage on them. But the thing is, they like fungus. And I love fungi. Okay, so they're not going to win. but number two, I'm working on some other things as well that is pretty cool. This is fungally dominated compost. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful compost. I'll show you. This is beautiful stuff right here. Absolutely beautiful. This is the finished product. Okay? This is what you're searching for. But this is fungally dominated, encapsulated. Anyway, enough of that. So what I'm going to do is just put this, okay? Again, simple to build. I'm going to grab some of this stuff that I had there. And I'm just going to put this along the top. Okay? I might need more. Just a thin layer on the top. Let me grab some more here. Hopefully I don't grab some worms. Because I just did this today. This is on wheels. Fits on there beautifully. There we go. That should be enough. Now what I'm going to do is just, I want to get these ones here. So just spread a little bit on here. And they should come up. I'm actually going to just do this side here. It's so big, but this is an experiment again. Now you probably want to put something on here to drive them up. Make sure I don't got no worms up in here. See the little mites running around there? Nothing about them. Okay, so the point is, when you're ready, you lift, you can see. Okay, so I would make this smaller, but because I got a big bin and I want to like harvest a lot, you got to just move this over, put it in one of those bins. Maybe a bin like this. Have this ready. Shove it on. Simply put it inside there. Okay, so basically this is going to be a way to, well, I'm going to see if it works. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. So basically what's happening here is that the worms are going to come up into this bedding here, which is a good bedding already. Because they're lacking a lot of, this is a lot of castings. See, it's a lot of castings up in here. Try not to cheat. Okay, so they'll want some fresh bedding. And I'm going to put some different stuff on here actually to attract them more so. And then once they come up in here, piece of cake. Then you just move the bedding over there. Real simple. Alright, so that's what's going on. Oh, don't worry about this. This is for plant growth, and I tidied this up a little bit. Yeah, so that's the progress.